Your boy A-Trip. Welcome to That's the Trip podcast. As always, I'm representing TBM, the Brilliant Minority. Shout out to my brothers and sisters, Vadi the God, Ryan the Rudist, and my sister, Soul Anatomy. We are here today, though, or tonight, with my man's Ed Tex, who is a local hip-hop artist and teacher in the Valley. So we're going to talk to him about what he's doing in the hip-hop underground world and what he's doing in the schools. We got a lot to talk about. Ed?
Yo, thanks for having me.
No doubt.
First, shouts out to you, the respect that you've given to this community, and I just want to say, like, from the first time I saw you, man, I knew right away that we was gonna connect because you give a lot of heart and passion in your words and in your performance. Your performances are great, and by far, like, surpassing levels of other artists locally.
That's love, bro. That's love.
Being in the game like I have for over 20 years, rapping, doing shows, doing all that, like, I see it right away. The glimmer in your eye, the sound in your voice. So I appreciate you having me and letting me be a part. And shouts out to Lyric, the help on the side, daughter.
Absolutely. I got my daughter in the house, production assistant, Lyric. So shout out to you.
Thanks for getting the mic hot, nice and live.
Right.
My new album, Instant Karma. It's on all social media. I paid CD Baby. It's on like 108. You can even Shazam this thing. So, like, if you're listening to it and you got Shazam, like, bam, I know that song. Yeah, it's my newest and greatest invention that means a lot to me, and completely radio friendly. It touches on all subjects of life, love, struggle, politics, ups and downs, how to stay strong through the hardest times. And I wouldn't consider it emo rap at all. Like, this is boom, This is boom bap. This is rap back to the day. Like,
I'd have to agree.
This song, like, there's songs on here that make me feel like I'm back in the '90s golden age, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm proud of them. So
yeah, you should be, bro. It's you put together a solid body of work. And if you haven't listened to the album, listen to the album Instant Karma. Ed Tex, created right here in Bozeman, Montana, released right here in Bozeman, Montana. You know what I'm saying? So come support local. I listened to the album myself. The shit's fire. It's a very, very, very well-crafted album. And it definitely, like, gives respect and just honor to the art of hip-hop. So shout to you for that guy.
And it was fun to make. And that's the best part. Like, this was a me-time album. Like, I needed some, like, I've been in bands. I've been Silent Saboteurs, shouts out Compass, Nobi One. We used to do shows in Bozeman, 2005, 2006. I used to come back from Minneapolis and do shows here in 2008 with them at the filling station, at the Zebra. Right. Like, you know, go put free CDs down at the Pita Pit. Shouts out Peter Pat for always helping and always supporting. And then, you know, original families, Junction Fam, Minneapolis, Asai, Jimmy D, Cadaver, Optic 16, Rob T, the whole crew, everybody. And we used to do live shows all the time. And so this was finally the time where I finally put out my own body of work, because I've always been on a group label, Gorilla Dust Records, Co-op. We started a co-op.
Okay.
So there was artists from all the way from Alaska to Ohio, you know. Shouts out to everybody on Gorilla Dust Records. You can go to bandcamp.com. There's probably 25 free albums you can download. We don't charge you nothing for them. Like, you can make a little donation if you want. They give you the option.
Okay.
But you can go to Gorilla Dust Records, Bandcamp, and see everything, like the whole history of everything that I've done with the family. But Junction Fam was the beginning in Minneapolis. And I was telling you, you know, this album right here is almost 20 years old, man. And that's me and Jimmy D and Compass and Cadaver and Optics and some DJs. I don't even remember the names. Like, there's so many people on that album. Okay. There were so many people that just got
everybody working.
Yeah. Okay. It's a great thing to be a part of this community for such a long time and still be able to put out a product. Like, this is a CD, everybody. They still make these.
Right.
I talked to Bueno at Cactus Records is going to let me put them in the store, but he was like, man, people ain't buying CDs, but I'll let you sell them. And I was like, well, I got a stack of stickers. And he's like, oh, those will go flame.
Right? Yeah. Bro, look, if today they say it's a streaming day and age.
Yeah.
But if you got people that really rock with you, bro, they'll buy your music on tape, on record, on vinyl. You know what I'm saying, and on CD. So when it comes to the real hip hop fans, you know what I'm saying, and that real culture support.
I had a student come to me, and he was like, because I have these on my desk, like I got a stack of them just for GP.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got stickers. So kids come in, and one kid was like, "How much? How much for the CD?" And I'm like, "Man, I can't take your money. You know, do you have a CD player at home?" And he's like, "I don't even know, but I just want this.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? I
want,
you know." Yep. He's like, "I just want this," and I was like, "Man, just take it. I can't take. You know, I can't be selling it." But I just have them out for display, and
that's fire, bro.
You know, like,
that's fire.
That's just so they can see, like, oh, there's still music in the world, and there's still CDs out there. And I mean, I've given them to adults, and they're just like, dude, I don't even think I have a CD player, but here's $10, just because, like, all right.
Support.
And you know, I got a friend that works at Copycat Records. Shouts out to Rob Taylor at Copycat Records, and he helped get me this album out. You know, on the low.
Okay.
Because I was like, do I really want to invest in but it's something special, man. It's a hard product.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's a hard product. Like, I want to get it on the frame on the wall with the little, you know, plaque and whatnot. Like, make it.
You gotta go all out, man. Like with anything that you love.
It's me time, man. That's what this is. And Instant Karma is the name of the album. And I can't really trace back why I came up with that name. My daughter just heard John Lennon's song the other day from the Beatles, and John Lennon has that song Instant Karma, and he's like, and we all shine on like the moon and the stars and the sun. And she heard it and was like, wait a minute, those are the lyrics you had me sing on the last song on your album. And I was like, yeah, you got it.
She put two and two together, like, huh?
She was like, Daddy, did you plagiarize that from John Lennon? I'm like, yep, I sure did. And you sang it, though, not me. So, yeah, the last song is called Shine On. And I think, you know, just the influence of John Lennon and the influence of just karma in general. Just my aunt told me, not my aunt, my cousin told me a story about my aunt that compared me to her. And she was like, you have good karma. Like, and it happens like that. Like, here's a perfect story. My lucky wallet sitting right here just got stolen out of my truck last week. The whole wallet. I came to my truck in the morning to go to school. Wallet was gone. And I'm looking around my truck, and everything was rifled through. There was other things worth way more than what was in that wallet in my truck, and no one took anything but that. And then I went to school, dropped my daughter off, helped out a few people, and I went back to my neighborhood to look for it, because I've been broken into many times, and usually your stuff is maybe somewhere in the neighborhood, like they rifle through your CD case and throw it or whatever. And I found it in a neighbor's, like on a neighbor's car, sitting on the side view mirror.
Wow.
With everything in it except the cash. And there was only like $5 in it. And they took maybe $10 out of my console or whatever. And that's exactly what my aunt was saying. It was like, Michael, you have good karma. Like, keep doing good, and good things come back to you.
Yeah, like keep that up. Keep maintaining it.
Right. And that's why the logo, which is shouts out to Austin Mankey. He's out in Virginia now. He's an artist. He did the logo for me, and it's got that recycle arrow feel to it. Like everything comes around, goes around. And that was kind of the feel of what I felt needed to kind of be approached with the album of like, if you do good, good things happen. If you do bad, bad things happen. I mean, you look at the world, and there's a lot of ugliness in the world. I just want to bring beauty.
Yeah.
I just want beauty in the world. I want my music to be beautiful. I want my children to be beautiful, and I want our community to be beautiful. And that's karma, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the reason for the album name.
Respect, man. That's respect. And just touching on that, everything that you want and desire to get out of just life, the beauty of it. You see the importance of starting with the children and starting with the with their educational process, with the way how they understand how they express themselves, because you've worked with them with creating albums, creating music, you know, kind of nurturing that creative spirit that kids have. So like, how has that helped you when it comes to creating music and writing from your heart? Like, do you think that adds to the overall experience or the overall potency of your lyrics, of your words, of your craft?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, if we're truthful to ourselves, we're gonna speak what's real in our world. I'm not a studio gangster. I'm not somebody that's gonna come in and spit some fire about something that's not me, you know. And to each his own. I grew up listening to all types of cats that rapped about stuff, but it was real to them.
Yeah, it was their story.
Right. And if you're spitting your story, it's true to you. So, like, the vibes I get from the youth and just from doing what I do, it comes through in my music, you know. Growing up in a big family, you know, in my album, I mentioned my father many times. I mentioned my brothers, my sisters. Like, I'm not doing this for anybody but me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I want anybody that hears it to be able to be filled with some beauty and some good, because this world is filled with so much of the other. And I think definitely being around youth and seeing their energy and their enthusiasm, and just like even right now in Bozeman, I mean, kids are listening to my album on Spotify. They're, you know, and they're just like, bro, Mr. Astor, Ed Tex, what up? Like in the hallways, cats are calling me Ed Tex and stuff.
You see the influence.
Yeah. And they're just like, yo, this is really good. And then, like even one of the music teachers who teaches music as a living, you know, and I gave him my album, and he was like, he listened to it, gave it a whole run through, and he came back and he was like, you know what? That's actually pretty good. Shouts out to you, and I hope that you spread it. Yeah, let the kids know that it's a form of music and it's here to stay. And like you just said earlier, it's the biggest grossing music business in the whole world. It's worldwide. Like before Phife Dawg died, they did a show in Tokyo or somewhere in Japan, Osaka, somewhere, and it was like the biggest grossing hip hop show in 2018 in Japan.
Insane.
And it was Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
Right before Phife died. Like, it was huge. So we need to understand that it's a music form. It's not going away. And there is a lot of good things behind it. And so, but yeah, in order to influence me, the kids definitely do, man. I mean, just their energy and their life. And like, I think it's good for me to see what was like, what I've done and how they could be. And like, like in my music, it's like, okay, I remember being your age. I remember being in a basement with a turntable and a cassette deck and a 4-track and like trying to figure it out and know where you are, like where you're at in the world. And now they have, you know, all these social media forms. You can just record a verse on your phone and put it out, and like 80,000 people can like it in a day. And it's just, let's slow it down. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back, man. Like, get some turntable. Like last year, I had some extra equipment, and I reached out to one of my kids that was on that Beats and Minds album, Cyrus. Shouts out to Cyrus. And I sent him a mic, what do you call it? The AV, like the part that goes in between the computer and is like recording, all that. I sent him everything he needed. I was like, do you have a computer? Yeah. Do you have a computer? Do you have GarageBand? Okay. And I sent him everything. And I sent him Ishmael, the book Ishmael. Do you know that book?
I've heard it. Yeah, I haven't read it.
It's the one where the dude is friends with a gorilla, and the gorilla like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the whole book is like Ishmael giving him mad life advice. And I sent him that book too, and he.
How did he receive that one?
He was like, "Oh, this book is about to make me write a whole album," and I'm like, "That's why I sent you that book, man." Like.
He was like, shit, that's what it did to me.
That's what, exactly, man. And, but like I said, man, I mean, just the energy, we got to give back. This is a community.
Oh, easy.
Hip hop is a community where you need to give back. It's not I mean, you see on TV and you see on the internet, like just money, you know, whatever. And it's like, to me, it's always been about keeping the rudimentary things alive. Peace, community, unity, having fun, you know, DJing, graph writing, b-boying, rapping. Like, those are the things that keep us alive as a community. And I think a lot of that gets pushed to the wayside because the views and the ads and the dollar bills stack up a lot higher and quicker than just being a real individual. Yeah. And I think being a working individual as a teacher, I have a job. I ain't making a lot of money doing it, but I have a job. So like, this is me time. This is hobby. Like, it's not hobby, but it's love. It's like, I'm doing it because that's what I'd always done. Yeah. You know?
You're not just doing it to make money, but you're doing it because it's your overall mission. And that's what I wanted to get to next is what do you feel is your mission in the underground hip hop world, and how does being a teacher help you accomplish that? Or, you know, what is your mission as far as being a teacher, and how does hip hop help you accomplish that?
I mean, to answer that truthfully, I don't personally have a mission statement. Okay. Not to say that I'm non-directional. Like, I have a direction. I know what I want, but I don't necessarily be like, yo, I need to get signed by 2023. Cause I've been doing this for 20 years and that stopped happening. And you know what I mean? So it's like, at this point, like I said earlier, is bring some beauty into the world, affect change in this place, man. Like, help others see themselves. If you can nod your head to my music, like, oh, put that Ed Tex joint on, like, and you can have fun, my job is done. Yeah. I just want to bring smiles. Like, I brought some CDs with me of influential people to me, and one sticks out, and it's that Lyricist Lounge album from 1997, man. I think it was 97. Raucous Records put this out. 1998. I don't know if you heard this one, but it's Lyricist Lounge. Okay. And that's something that, like, you put that on, and it's just filled with hip-hop artists, and everybody's just spitting bars, having fun. I'm not here to make you, you know, love me, or I don't want your likes. I might offend you, you know. Yeah. One of Eminem's first songs is on there, you know, and it was highly offensive. Yeah. And it was like, he's dope though. And but it was his truth. It made your head nod. Mm-hmm. And you had fun hearing it, and then it inspired you to rap. And so like for instance, if your daughter heard my album and decided she wants to go paint, sweet. She doesn't need to rap. She could go do anything. You know what I'm saying? She could go clean up the community park because she heard Ed Tex bar that was like, yo, you need to clean the earth up or whatever. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like, everything, I don't have a mission, man. I just have, like, I have a lot to say, and I just want to be able to get it to people. And that's the hardest part of this game, is like getting people to listen. Like, I emailed my album and my credentials to a bunch of places. And it's like applying for a job in this town. You don't hear nothing back unless you get to walk in the door and meet the boss. Talk to somebody. Right. And I don't have money to fly to New York and go meet with Loud Records or, you know, Michael Rifkin. Hey, how you doing? You know, like, what up? I don't have that. And even in Minneapolis, it was a difficult game, man. Like, Rhymesayers pretty much run the show there, and they have a very, like, limited, you know, this is what we can offer you, or this is what you can do. And it's a tough industry, man. And I mean, you've seen the documentary Rhyme and Reason. Artists who are making millions of dollars go into, like, Lauryn Hill, Ice-T, Queen Latifah. They're all talking about how bad of a game the industry actually is. And like, when I had my daughter, man, I was like, that was my wake up call. Like, do I need to get a career, or should I continue pursuing rap? And I was like, I need to feed my daughter, so I'm going to go get a job, because that's not, you know what I mean? Like, I was working hard to try to not be working. I wanted to be a paid rapper for years, but it just wasn't the breakthrough place. And but shouts out to Rhymesayers for everything they've done for Minneapolis, though. 25 years 30 years almost. They've been putting Minneapolis on the map. You know, Sadiq, Slug, Brother Ali.
Oh yeah.
Atmosphere.
I'm a big fan.
Like
man.
Rhyme Sayers, I Self Divine is probably one of my favorite rappers out of Minnesota, but you know, shouts out to them for what they've done. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it's just getting into the game is difficult, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I had friends that toured with them and still they just had to get a full-time job. Mm-hmm. So you got to do it for the love of what you know. If you don't love doing what you do, then you're not doing it. You know?
Oh yeah.
So how about you? When you started rapping, like, was it to get paper, or was it because you loved what you did?
It was because I didn't have a choice, man. Like, it's when I figured out that it was an avenue to express anything. You know, so when I figured out that my mind was able to allow me to like have many experiences without even actually going out and experiencing it. All I had to do was think. All I had to do was see what was in there. You know what I'm saying? All I had to do was put in the work. Then it was I didn't have a choice. So now I have to rap. So whether or not it's for an audience or whether or not it's for money, it's an avenue for me to express, like, to put energy out there. Because I believe it's all about that. It's all about the energy we put out, the energy we allow ourselves to receive. So if I can put this constant energy out there, regardless of whether someone's listening to it now, it's out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's gonna be, and I do that for me. Because I gotta keep putting it out there to see what comes back.
That's that karma, man.
That instant karma, bro. And honestly, it's maintaining it, keeping it going. And so I feel like at this part of my life, it's more so, how is this gift or how is this talent, right? How can I allow myself to use it to put myself and my family in better situations, right? So that I can accomplish things that my heart really want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So like being able to affect change where it comes to how people view hip hop. You know what I'm saying? In areas like this where it's predominantly white. So when you see or hear hip hop, you think there's an attitude or a culture that's coming with it that's against you. You know what I'm saying? So like to work against that, show people that there's a message in it. So like I guess my mission is to have a message that makes people think about what I'm saying, to think about hip hop, to think about why you don't like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So when I start rapping, if you don't like hip hop, you're gonna think about why you don't. You know, so like what's the reason? Because I'm talking about stuff that I want you to think. You know what I'm saying? Like I want your mind to just switch a gear and start turning.
Bro, the first time, you haven't seen me perform live. You have not.
No, I haven't.
You've not seen me perform live. And the first time I saw you, it was at the Zebra right before it closed. Do you remember that?
I don't, man. I don't. The Zebra.
It was like,
that was in 2018? 17, 18? 18.
No, it was like, it had to have been 20. Like right before COVID, and then they closed.
Oh, right before they closed.
It was
okay.
like the month they closed.
Okay, yeah. And that was 2020.
And they had a bunch of shows lined up that I think they had like Brother Lynch Hung was supposed to play or something.
Yeah.
And like, anyways, I came to a show and I saw you, and what you just spoke on is true. Like your energy. It was the first time I saw you, and I was like, that's that energy right there. Like you gave everything. You could tell you were giving everything. You know what I mean? Like it meant something. It wasn't just like, I'm up here trying to look good and perform for you. Like you were like, yo, if you're not listening to this, then you're not listening at all. You know, and there was people at the bar that weren't listening at all.
Yeah.
But there was people at the front that were like, yo.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
those are the ones I'm talking to.
Right.
You feel me? Like those are the ones that I'm having that conversation with.
Right.
That energy exchange, because I'm giving it to them, but bro, trust me, as you know, like I'm getting it from them in like hordes. Like the energy they give us, the ones that when someone drives past you bumping an Ed Tex out,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling that you get inside.
Oh yeah.
Like that energy brewing in there, bro. Like that can keep you. They can probably get 3 more albums out of you just out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Someone just bumping your shit.
That's right.
And like that's the feeling that I want to encourage people to have without an outside influence. You feel me? So like without needing something to make you feel that way, for you to just sit there and just say, shit, I want to fly. So I'm gonna fly right now. You know what I'm saying? Like why not just do that shit right now?
When I fly in my sleep, I stand up. I don't fly like Superman. I fly standing. Hey Trip, the brilliant minority, shouts out. Thanks for having me, yo. Some days sun rays hit my skin, take me to a place I've never been. Some days sun rays hit my face, remind me of a time I can't replace. Some days sun rays hit my skin, take me to a place I've never been. Some days sun rays hit my face, remind me of a time I can't replace. Yo, I'm hacksaw ducking, slack jack rubbing, cooking chicken wings out the back door oven. Off top bars with my man's on something, not raw dugging, stocks gone public, cash out the bank, fettuccine out the lip. Married 14 years, no ice on the wrist. Love is love, keep the kids fed and the grades up. Nothing can change us, born an oak, grew into a willow kinfolk. Not a cynic, but I'm through with the hope. Keep my fam close and my food in the scope. Hunting on a range, made famous in a quote, no joke. Ed techs on facts, knives in the back. Life is a blast, time to relax. Stand up, or fight now, or lie down. Gotta trust himself, yeah. Gotta trust himself, and you gotta trust yourself. Some days sun rays hit my skin, take me to a place I've never been. Some days sun rays hit my face, remind me of a time I can't replace. Some days sun rays hit my skin.